Want to know the fastest way to trigger a neurodivergent kid? Ignore their personal space. In this video, I want to talk about neurodivergent kids, personal space, boundaries, and how adults misunderstand that. Hi, I'm Naomi, emotional mastery expert for neurodivergent mums and their kids. And that's whether they're 5, 15, or 35. It could be one or both are neurodiverse. I'm going to break down the harmful belief that children don't have a voice and why emotional safety, consent, and personal space are so important. So, just want to set the scene a little bit. Came back from 3 weeks in Bali, and my 13-year-old daughter Lily was left with her sister. Now, when I came home, the grandchildren and 2 adult children and Lily were all at my home. There was a plan for sleeping arrangements that I had made, and then that plan was changed, and Lily was told that she had to give up her bedroom. Now, normally, Lily's bedroom is her safe space. It's her place to go when things are getting too much. She never shares a bed with anybody else and had already been sharing a bed with her niece while I was away. So being told that she had no choice but to give up her entire bedroom, because it made more sense for her to sleep in the living room and for her sister and her niece and nephew to have her bedroom. Now, for Lily, that was massive. It was a huge thing. It was a massive part of her taken away. Now, when I heard this, I immediately said to my adult girls, look, I did say to you that it was only if Lily consented to that. Because at the end of the day, Lily needs to have her own personal space. And the conversations that came from that actually really shocked me, because my oldest daughter was very firm on the fact that, well, she should just do what she's told. And I'm like, but why? Would you do as you're told? Would you give up your personal space for somebody else just because somebody else is telling you to do so? I don't think you would. If that's your place of safety and your place of regulation, then that being taken away from you automatically disrupts your nervous system. And this isn't something that's just isolated to Lily. This happens to children every day. I see it all the time, and I saw it all the time when I was a social worker. And one of the big things that I can kind of give an example of here is that when family members come round and a child's told, give your nan a kiss, what if they don't want to? What if they don't feel safe to? What if it's just not right for their nervous system? Why should we be forcing them to do something that doesn't feel right? We wouldn't, so why are we forcing them? You see, as a society, we have this expectation that children should just do as they're told. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to completely disagree with that. Actually, I'm not sorry. I am completely disagreeing with that. Children should have a voice. We don't know what's going on inside them. We're not them. We don't know what they're feeling. We don't know what their nervous system's telling them. We don't know what their intuition's telling them. All we can do is assume and guess. And actually, would we want somebody to be making decisions for us on them basis? No. We would want somebody to be making decisions for us as an informed decision. Now, one of the things that I'm very, very big on is ensuring that children have a voice. And I'm not talking about running wild and having no boundaries, because boundaries matter. Children thrive on boundaries. It is one of the key principles that I teach, is ensuring that there are clear boundaries with your child and for you, because boundaries matter. It teaches people what you're willing to accept and how you're willing to be treated. And when we're talking about neurodivergency here, we're talking about multiple layers of different things that are happening. Emotions are bigger, senses are more in tuned, everything feels magnified, plus the chaos that comes with a lot of neurodiversities like autism, like ADHD and dyslexia, for example. Now, I know the two of them together can muddle with your brain. And when we're talking about taking away somebody's safe space, that is like mind-blowing. Like I've said, would you want somebody to take away your safe space? I don't think so. Now, for me, children having a voice looks like them saying, I really don't feel comfortable with that. I would rather not give up my room for other people to sleep in there. I really don't want to share a bed with them. Having a conversation with them, sometimes it might not be feasible. Sometimes they might have to follow the guidance of the adult because there's safety implications, or it's just the way that it has to be because it's the only way that it can be. But having a clear conversation with that child in an age appropriate way is really important, and making sure that they know that their voice is being listened to, that they're being heard. Validate how they're feeling. When they say something like, I really can't share a bed with them because I don't like them touching me. If there's no other option, then explore ways that can actually be done in a way that feels safe for everybody, rather than one person having to cave and that person being a child. Now, I know as a society that there is this huge expectation that children do as they're told. And I've said that already, but I think it's really important to drive home that teaching children to do as they're told, all we're doing is bringing up another generation of yes people pleasing, and not allowing them to have a voice. We're teaching them that they don't matter, that what is going on for them doesn't matter, when really it does. We want to be teaching our kids that having a voice means that they can have difficult conversations with people. They can express how they feel and not feel like they're not valid in any way, shape or form. I know that this is quite controversial, and I know that some people will be sitting there going, no, kids need to do as they're told. But really, sit back and think about it. Would you want to be told what to do by somebody that doesn't understand what's going on for you, doesn't understand how you see the world, doesn't understand what feels safe for you? I don't think you would, because I know I wouldn't. I hope that this was helpful. If so, please drop a heart. I would also like to hear your feedback. What's your views on this? Do you think children should have a voice? Do you allow your child to have a voice? If so, please drop them in the comments. And I would love to invite you into my community called Mums Embracing Neurodiversity. It's where we talk about all these things. Nothing's off the table. It's raw, it's real, and it's no masks are in there. There is no judgment. It's a space that is free for any mum that is supporting a child with big emotions or neurodiversity in the mix. Can't wait to see you on the inside. Take care.